Welcome to the first episode of Inside McNeese for the fall semester. I'm Kendria LaFleur.
And I'm Jordan Tinker. Our top story this episode: proposed expenditures in the SGA has gone down, though the final 2014 budget has yet to be finalized, according to Philip Parton, SGA Treasurer.
Parton reported to the Student House of Organizations Wednesday that an estimated of $32,230 has rolled over into the fall budget from spring 2014. The old range was filled to capacity with students, music, and the sound of prizes when the Student Union Board produced Casino Night on September 9th, DJed by T. John E. Productions, who brought a huge projector screen that held music videos, providing a moving backdrop for mostly the dark casino area.
Listeners have already been able to hear the sound of KBYS 88.3 FM since May 18th, but only now has personality been injected into the station's airwaves. The Morning Wake Up with Bray J is now airing roughly from 6 to 10 a.m. since September 14th. Braylon Jenkins is the voice behind Bray J, and he's there to help commuters get to where they need to go. We turn now to Taryn, who is giving us a special look into the issues brought about in Ferguson, Missouri this summer in a segment we are calling Tracking Justice.
On August 9, 2014, in Ferguson, Missouri, an unarmed teenager by the name of Michael Brown was shot to death by police officer Darren Wilson. The shooting of Michael Brown has caused protests and a significant amount of controversy within St. Louis County. Protests and vandalism continued for over a week, and a widespread of coverage from the media has been taking place. An altercation between the officer and Michael Brown took place, then multiple shots were fired, wounding and ultimately killing Brown. With all the protests and people waiting for justice, what is next for this case? Chelsea Noel has our first part in our continuing series, Tracking Justice.
Even though Ferguson was in August, the incident still has an effect on people in the community here in Lake Charles. We interviewed a wide spread of people to get their thoughts on the case. When asked how Ferguson affects students on campus, students such as Joshua Williams and Brianna Domain openly shared their thoughts about the case at hand.
It directly affects me. Not only does it affect me, but it affects other black males around our country, being that, you have a situation where a young African-American man was surrendering, to a police officer, but yet he was still shot multiple times. From my understanding that it's the police's job to protect and serve, even when you have someone who is committing a crime, your first, action shouldn't be to shoot to kill. It should be, to demobilize them, to stop them from being a threat. So, it really hurt me to know that this young man could be unarmed and yet his life could still be taken senselessly in the streets like that. So it directly affects me.
Okay, tasered him. If you felt threatened, you could have tasered him without shooting him. Because I am young like he was. I'm probably older than him, but that shows me like what one day, if I was having a bad day and the cop felt threatened, what would he do if I had my hands up? Would he feel like he had to shoot me because he felt threatened just by me speaking to him or not knowing what's going on? So that's how I felt threatened. So I don't know what could happen to me, because if that could happen to him, it could happen to me.
Thank you, Taryn, for that insightful report, and we look forward to the next installment.
McNeese kicked off its first home game of the season last Saturday. Many students and fans celebrated during the tailgate. Fox 29 News Express provided a tailgate for the community at their studio. Inside McNeese was in attendance, and we got to interview Mayor Randy Roach and a few other people.
Well, I think it's going to be a great night for football. And I've often said that Saturday night at Cowboy Stadium, you're going to see some of the finest football in America right there, right here at home. And looking forward to having a big crowd tomorrow night. Of course, the guys last week did such a wonderful job playing against Nebraska. Heartbreaking loss, but they played so well. They're so talented. I think we're in for a real treat this season. I know that everybody's going to be excited to be there tomorrow night.
excited about the game. The game last week definitely got me excited for the whole season. That was definitely an unexpected game. The score, I didn't expect for us to put that much of a fight up, so I'm definitely excited for the game and the season.
The team is off to a great start after coming close to defeating FBS powerhouse Nebraska.
McNeese continued their success at their first home game against Prairie View A&M when they defeated the Panthers 48-16.
To see what the fans expect for the 2014 Pokes football season, our sports correspondent Austin Says was at the game this weekend to talk to some of the fans.
The McNeese Cowboys are coming into their 2014 college football season with very high expectations after finishing last year with a record of 10-3 and losing in the first round of the playoffs. They are projected to finish second in the Southland Conference this year behind only Southeast Louisiana. They are also ranked number 6 in this week's FCS Top 25 poll. I caught up with a couple of the fans at this week's game to ask them what they thought about the 2014 McNeese Cowboys and what their expectations were for the season.
What are your expectations for the 2014 season for the McNeese Cowboys?
Well, I think we have a pretty good team this year from what they showed in their last game. I'm really excited for the season to kick off, and everyone seems to have a lot of positive vibes. So.
Do you think the Pokes can make the playoffs for the second year straight?
I think so, definitely, for sure.
Do you think we have a shot at going to the championship?
Of course. Go Pokes!
How excited are you for the upcoming season based on the preseason record, how well we played last week?
Fantastic. I think I'm excited as we can possibly be.
What are your expectations for the 2014 season?
I hope we go all the way.
Do you think the Pokes can make the playoffs for a second year in a row?
Oh, without a doubt.
And do you think we can make the championship?
I hope so. Frisco's right there.
McNeese volleyball is also starting the year off with a bang with 5 wins already under their belt. And some say it's the energy new head coach Ashley Fitzgerald brings to the team.
Taking over for Terry Gamble as McNeese State University's new head coach is Ashley Fitzgerald. The Chapin, South Carolina native was a member of the Ole Miss volleyball team for 2 years, where she ranked 4th in the SEC in aces per game and was 5th in the league in assists in 2005. Fitzgerald played her first 2 collegiate seasons at the United States Naval Academy and earned the Unsung Hero Award in 2001. She coached at Division II Drury for 6 years and says the decision to accept the job at McNeese was easy, as she was an assistant coach with the Cowgirls from 2006 to 2008. She has 10 letter winners and 5 starters returning this year, so her and her staff are bringing a new pace to the girls. She might have been gone for 5 years, but she said she's excited to be back with the Cowgirls and she is ready to see what this year has in store for them.
The beginning of a new semester means that it's rush time for all the sororities and fraternities on campus.
Maggie Bradshaw was there to cover the biggest day of the week, bid day. We got an inside peek of the process.
Well, it's that time of year again. McNeese sorority girls geared up for another week of rush recently. The girls participated in several different events throughout the week and received their bid cards Sunday morning, and it was nothing short of exciting.
What was your favorite part of rush week?
Bid day, of course, because I love dressing up and getting to show off our new girls and have our house decorated like all crazy and stuff like that.
One by one, each girl cheered, cried, and embraced their new sisters with open arms, excited for this new chapter of sorority life.
I enjoyed making tons of new friends throughout the week. Whatever house they went to, we're still going to be friends.
My favorite part about Rush Week was getting to meet all the new girls and just getting to see what each house was like and just the differences in them.
Yet again, many of the stigmas of sorority life were broken as the girls participated in Rush Week events and Big Day. They came to realize the true meaning of joining a sorority and see it for the sisterhood that it truly is. We wish all of the new sorority pledges best of luck in their new chapter of sisterhood. And remember, it's never too late to participate in Rush, no matter how far along you are into your college career.
With over $1,000 of your tuition going to fees, we want to explore exactly what this money is going towards.
One item on the bill was $75 for the parking garage, so we decided to investigate further as to what this money is going towards.
The parking garage is a new parking arrangement on campus. We caught up with the Vice President of Business Affairs and University Services, Eddie Meach, to find out more about what exactly you are paying for.
The $75 pays off the debt, plus the operations of the parking garage, including electricity, lighting, cameras, etc. But when the majority of the cost deals with paying off the parking garage, it's a bonded debt. And so once that's completed, then the fee will diminish considerably. The garage was needed, and for safety reasons, because the referendum resulted in 65% of the students voting in favor. And so that gave us a lot of confidence to know that it was important to the students as well. And so it gave us confidence to proceed forward. We tried to calculate the cost of constructing the garage, and we had hoped possibly the amount of money that we received from the bond proceeds would be enough to pay for a fourth floor. But unfortunately, when the bids came out, it wasn't. And so that's not in the plans now. But the parking garage is constructed in such a way, if we do have money in the future, we can just add to it.
We also caught up with some students to get their opinions on the parking garage.
That y'all pay $75 for the parking garage?
I didn't know that, actually. I did, and I think it's kind of ridiculous since we don't always have a parking spot. Like, I've already got a ticket, and it's the third week of school because I couldn't find a parking spot, and I would be late for class.
And what else did y'all say about the parking garage?
It needs to be air conditioned. It's so hot in there. I think it needs to be expanded, but that would probably cost more. Yeah. Or at least have more parking around the school, so not everyone can fit in there, especially commuters that come in, and then residents that live right next door. Like, we don't have a big parking spot, so my car always stays there.
I wish freshmen couldn't park there. I still think they should be parking at the field like everybody else did. I don't like the fact that it says full sometimes and it's not, or sometimes it says they have spots and they don't. I don't really like that a whole lot. I wish they'd give tickets less for parking tags and more for people double parking, as in like parking in the middle of two spots. I hate that.
There are many events happening around McNeese this semester. Here's a list of upcoming events. Well, that wraps up this first episode of Inside McNeese. I'm Kendria LaFleur.
And I'm Jordan Tinker. Don't forget to follow us on all social media sites. We are at Inside McNeese on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's the way the cookie crumbles.